Hello everyone, I am Langers, and today I'm sharing with you my experience of earning the Platinum Trophy for Resident Evil Requiem. Now when it comes to the Resident Evil series, I'm somewhat of a casual myself, having only played the remakes of Resident Evil 2, 3 and 4, as well as Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village. I do plan on going back and playing each of the original games in release order, but for now let's jump into the latest entry, Resident Evil Requiem. Now what does earning the Platinum Trophy in Resident Evil Requiem actually involve? Well, you've got your story related trophies and trophies for beating the game on each of the difficulty settings, as well as the challenge themed trophies that Resident Evil is known for, like completing the game in a set amount of time, completing it without using healing items, finding all of the collectibles, and a few other bits and pieces here and there. Without further ado, let's get into the Platinum journey. So for our very first playthrough, we started the game on modern difficulty. We didn't want to make things too easy or too difficult going in blind, so this definitely felt like the right choice. As much as we prefer playing Resident Evil games in third person, for this playthrough we decided to go with the game's suggestion of playing as Grace in first person and playing as Leon in third person. Now if you're watching this video, the chances are you've already played the game for yourself, so I'm going to keep the story description down to a minimum and try and focus more on the trophies that we earn along the way and the challenges that we face while trying to unlock them. We start the game as Grace Ashcroft, an FBI analyst sent to investigate a murder at the Wrenwood Hotel, but we end up getting kidnapped by Victor Gideon, one of the game's main antagonists. We're then given control of our second protagonist, none other than Leon Kennedy, who attempts to apprehend Victor, but instead we end up having to fight our way through a handful of zombies. It's here we unlock our first trophy, Can I Borrow This?, which is earned for throwing a weapon that was dropped by an enemy. Shortly afterwards, we earn our first story-related trophy, Deja Vu. Returning to control of Grace, we make our way through a care centre that Victor has taken us to, and we encounter the Girl, which is one of the game's stalker enemies. After making it through one of the stealthier sections of the game, we're once again given control of Leon, who has arrived at the care centre as well to find Victor. We take out some more infected, and earn the Hunt Begins trophy for destroying one of the many raccoon statues found throughout the game. We save Grace from the Girl, but almost immediately afterwards, Victor captures Leon. Playing as Grace again, we head into the medication room and find a blind girl in a cell named Emily, along with the West Wing keycard. We explore the West Wing in search of 3 key items to unlock the care centre exit, and we locate the first of these keys along with a keycard to the East Wing. While exploring the East Wing, we earn our 4th trophy, Science, for unlocking a crafting recipe using analysis. We also find the Blood Collector and use it to craft some ammo, which unlocks the Power of Blood trophy. And we unlock the Fatal Dose trophy for killing a zombie using the Meolytic Injector, which can be used for stealth kills but also stops dead zombies from coming back as blister heads. Next up we encounter the Chunk, which is the other stalker enemy of the game before finding our next key item. Heading back to the West Wing, we unlock quite a few trophies in a row, starting with the Internal Dispute trophy for making a zombie attack another zombie. It's difficult to say we earned this trophy, however, since we pretty much had no interaction with how the zombie attacked the other one. We begin running out of inventory space, so we store the Requiem item in the item box and unlock the Out of Sight, Out of Mind trophy by doing this. We then earn the More Blood trophy for using 300 microsamples of infected blood, and we earn our 10th trophy, Like Mother Like Daughter, for unlocking a drawer with a lockpick. We loot the level 2 wristband and use it to unlock a door to the puzzle that holds the final key item. However, we need Emily to read the puzzle solution in Braille, so we backtrack to her cell to carry her to the puzzle, but we end up getting eaten by the Chunk. Eventually we make it to the puzzle and obtain the final key item, however Emily gets dragged down by the Girl to the care centre basement. We follow them down and earn the Descent into Darkness trophy. We catch up with Leon, who escapes from captivity in the attic, and we encounter and kill the Chunk with help from a newly acquired shotgun. We also find a weapon part and use it to upgrade the pistol to earn the Tailor-Made trophy. Heading back to the West Wing, we kill the second singing zombie and unlock the Deadly Duet trophy, since we killed the first singing zombie earlier while playing as Grace. We also unlock the Chop Chop trophy for killing our 3rd zombie with a hatchet finishing attack. Returning to control of Grace, we begin exploring the care centre basement in search of Emily. After finding her, we restore power to the basement cells and elevator and use it to return to the care centre, narrowly escaping the Girl and earning another trophy in the process. In the courtyard, we come across Harry, a helicopter pilot who we grow to trust over several hours and build a strong connection with throughout the rest of the game. Anyway, switching back over to Leon, we provide Grace and Emily with covering fire as they make their way to the church. Shortly afterwards, we switch back to Grace and have another sequence of evading the girl while in the water treatment centre. We eventually open up the roof and let the sunlight put her down for good, but Emily transforms into a flesh monster and Leon has to put her down. Because of this, Grace runs off from Leon and runs into Victor and another villain by the name of Zeno, and we earn the Harsh Reality Trophy. We switch back over to Leon for one of the longest parts of the game as we return to Raccoon City. We defeat a giant spider, but find that there's a large barrier stopping us from getting to the city centre. We arrive at a camp and spend the next section of the game assembling an explosive from 3 parts found throughout the city while unlocking shortcuts back to the camp. We're given access to the supply box and earn our next trophy for purchasing an item. Eventually we put the explosive together and earn another trophy for killing a total of 300 enemies. And shortly after, we earn our 19th trophy for using a platform to reach the ground. Using the explosive we assembled, we destroy the gate and take a bike to get us to Raccoon City Centre. However, we come under fire from Victor and are chased down by zombie dogs. During this section, we unlock the Road Rage trophy for stopping one of Victor's attacks on the highway. After taking out Victor on the highway, we make it to Raccoon City Centre and unlock the Hero Returns trophy for arriving at Raccoon City Police Department. We explore through the ruins of the RPD and find Grace with Zeno and are treated to a flashback of 1990 in Raccoon City Orphanage. I'm not going to lie, this might be the worst part of the game for me as I found it quite tedious and with little to no interaction. Back in the present, Zeno unleashes a tyrant to pursue us through the RPD. We leave the RPD and head through the gun shop from Resident Evil 2 and 3, only to be ambushed by the tyrant once again. During the fight, we unlock the Untouchable trophy for parrying his attack, as well as the I Remember That Too trophy for defeating him. We head through the remains of the orphanage and descend into a bug nest and unlock another trophy for defeating all of Plant 43's seedlings. We also defeat Plant 43 in a boss fight and unlock the Umbrella's Legacy trophy for entering the Ark, a huge underground lab, something we've never seen before in a Resident Evil game. We defeat some elite guards as well as a soldier all but confirmed to be Hunk from Resident Evil 2 before reaching Grace and Zemo. We escape with Grace and earn another trophy and start exploring the lower levels of the Ark as Grace. After avoiding some more zombies and lickers, we locate 2 orbs which open the door to progress forward. Playing as Leon again, we make our way through the Ark back to Grace. Playing as Grace again, we make our way through the Ark back to Leon. It's here we're given a choice to destroy or release Elpis, which Zeno thinks will give him the power of mind control. We choose to release Elpis, but it turns out it's actually an antiviral that cures Zeno and removes all of his powers. Surprise surprise, Victor shows up and kills Zeno, and we're left to sit and wonder what the fucking point of Zeno even was. Anyway, playing as Leon again, we have a boss fight with Victor, the second phase of which is just kind of a worse version of the final Nemesis boss fight from Resident Evil 3 Remake. We defeat Victor and unlock the Hope and Requiem trophy for completing the story by releasing Elpis. We also earn the Rookie Agent and Rising Agent trophies for completing the main story on at least standard difficulty. With our first playthrough completed, at this point we have 21 trophies left to earn. We decide to split the remaining trophies up into 3 more playthroughs. The next playthrough would be a collectible playthrough, focusing on finding all of the safes, containers, files and Mr. Raccoon memoriams, and we'd also aim to collect 5,000 micro-samples of infected blood and earn 200,000 credits. After playthrough 1 we already have 109,000 credits, so earning 200,000 shouldn't be a problem. We'd also be on the lookout for any miscellaneous or combat trophies that we can quickly clean up. For this playthrough we load up the game on casual difficulty since we're not looking for a challenge and just want to go for collectibles. I won't show the footage of me finding the collectibles because it would make this video even longer and even more boring. The first trophy we earn in playthrough 2 is Order Up for defeating the chef in the west wing of the care centre. We also earn the Grace and Goliath trophy for defeating the Chunk as Grace. A bit later we unlock the Bring Out the Big Guns trophy for stunning the girl with the Requiem pistol, as well as the Create Expectations trophy for opening all BSAA containers. After putting together the explosive for the gate, we earn the Credit Where Credit is Due trophy for earning 200,000 credits, and shortly after leaving the RPD, we destroy our final Mr. Raccoon memoriam for the You Little Rascal trophy. Heading into the Ark, we open our final safe and unlock the No Safe is Safe trophy, and we unlock the Case Closed trophy for reading all files in the main story. While playing as Leon, we also grab the Cat Caught Your Tongue trophy for cutting off the tongue of the Licker B2 using the hatchet. At the end of playthrough 2, we decide this time to go for the alternate ending by destroying Elpis, which results in Zemo killing Leon and Grace leaving the Ark before the game just abruptly ends. Anyway, we've now completed our second playthrough, and at this point we're much more comfortable with completing the game quicker, which means it's time for the speedrun playthrough. To unlock the Speed Demon trophy, we'd need to complete the game within 4 hours, which to be fair is quite a forgiving amount of time for this game. We completed playthrough 2 in 5 hours, and we weren't even focusing on completing it quickly. We decide to combine this challenge with earning the Never Touch the Stuff trophy, which is unlocked by not using herbs or injectors in an entire playthrough. At this point we still need the Minimalist trophy as well, which is unlocked by not using the Blood Collector in a single playthrough. We could attempt this during playthrough 3, however we decide to go for this during playthrough 4 instead, since we still need to use the Blood Collector to earn the Bloodlust trophy for collecting 5,000 microsamples of blood. We may also need to craft ammo during this playthrough if things go sideways or if we get too low on health. Fairly soon into playthrough 3 we earn the Bang for Your Butt trophy for defeating at least 3 enemies with a single shot from the Requiem. And after making it to the East Wing section as Grace, we earn the Bloodlust trophy for collecting 5,000 microsamples of infected blood with the Blood Collector. We push on through the game as quickly as we can and without healing until we get to Raccoon City and unlock the Master Craftsman trophy for crafting the final item as Leon. We eventually make it back to the Ark with around 50 minutes left to complete the game, but because we've ran past a lot of areas and items, we start running out of ammo and crafting resources. This leads us to struggle on some sections, especially the Hunk fight, as we have barely any health. Eventually though, we do complete the game with around 15 minutes to spare and earn the Speed Demon trophy, as well as Never Touch the Stuff for not using herbs or injectors. My plan was to do one final playthrough on Insanity mode using infinite ammo for weapons and the RPG, but because we hadn't done the Minimalist trophy during playthrough 3, I realised we didn't have enough challenge points to unlock everything that we needed. Because of this foolish mistake, I decided to do another quick playthrough on casual difficulty to earn the Minimalist trophy. Heading into playthrough 4, with the infinite ammo bonus item purchased, not using the Blood Collector proved easy since there was no need to craft items. We could also choose not to pick up the Blood Collector or consume any blood packets to prevent any more mistakes and potentially void the trophy. The infinite ammo Requiem pretty much carried us through the full game here and helped us with quickly clearing out enemies as well as stunning the girl and the chunk. I thought we'd have some trouble with ammo while in the Ark since the Requiem is taken away from Grace at that point, but because we're on casual difficulty we managed to pretty much walk past all the enemies. We complete the game for a 4th time and earn the Minimalist trophy. Now that we have enough challenge points, we finally unlock unlimited ammo for the RPG, and using the points that we have left over, we purchase and view all the concept art and models to unlock the Model Mania and Curator trophies. With unlimited ammo for the Requiem and RPG, we head into our 5th and final playthrough, this time on Insanity difficulty. Now to save the game on Insanity difficulty, usually we'd have to craft ink ribbons, but since we completed the game within 4 hours on an earlier playthrough, we unlocked the infinite ink ribbon item, which means we don't have to worry about finding the resources for ink ribbons or crafting them all together. However, we do purchase the Freya's Needle from the special content shop, as it may come in handy during some of the Grace sections, especially in the Ark near the end of the game. As we begin the playthrough, we get off to a good start at the Wrenwood Hotel by immediately dying twice while trying to avoid the shotgun. Playing through the Leon section, we noticed straight away that blister heads were spawning in where regular zombies were on lower difficulties, and regular zombies are much faster. In the care centre we save our progress using the ink ribbon, which unlocks the old-fashioned way trophy, and at this point we only have 2 trophies left to earn, one of which is for completing the game on Insanity difficulty, and the other for completing the game on at least Classic difficulty, both of which should unlock at the same time. While in control of Leon, we use the item box and purchase the RPG, which means from here on out the Leon sections of the game should be a breeze. Back in control of Grace, we have access to the storage box and take out the Kotetsu knife and Freya's Needle, as well as the infinite ink ribbon item, so we can now make unlimited saves. Though we'd probably need to make an effort to find more inventory pouches, since we'll likely need more healing items just in case. Something to mention is that the location of some items changes on Insanity difficulty, but it seems a bit pointless since they're usually very close by to where they are on lower difficulties. We continue through the East Wing and take out as many enemies as we can, as well as the chunk, to make the Emily Escort section as easy as possible, but to my surprise, a bunch of new zombies spawn in that we have to avoid instead. We eventually make it to the basement section, which wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, since we still have an infinite ammo Requiem at this point, and can clear out the enemies in one shot with headshots. We do however run into the girl, and it kills us in one hit. Moving on, we quickly get the helicopter keys and get to the sniper section as Leon. We try to protect Grace using the RPG, which doesn't turn out to be a very good idea. and on my second attempt I end up getting flanked by zombies on the roof, which was quite a surprise and again another change unique to Insanity difficulty. Having the RPG makes the bloater section in the chapel a total joke, and we move on to the water treatment plant with Grace, which was without a doubt the hardest section of the game on Insanity difficulty for me. You can stun the girl with 2 Requiem shots to the head, but she's much faster and basically teleports to you through the vents sometimes. Anyway, we persevere after a few deaths and end up getting down a good routine, and we have a close call but finally make it to the last switch. Moving on to Raccoon City, we take out the spider with 1 shot from the RPG and begin the hunt for the explosive parts. Things go smoothly until we get to the glass panel section, and at this point something in my brain just kind of stopped working for some reason. Shortly afterwards, we're met with what is probably the funniest death in my entire time playing the game. We make it through the RPD as well as the orphanage flashback before one-shotting the Tyrant as well as Plant 43. Going up against Hunk, it turns out he can't dodge RPG rockets, but then we get cheap-shotted by soldiers that ambush the boss room right after the fight. Moving on to the section with Grace, we don't have the Requiem, so we go full stealth mode and manage to get the 2 magnetic keys, but end up having to sprint through the lickers and zombies while looking for the 2 orbs. After evading some more lickers, we get the second orb and just about make it out alive. With the bulk of the arc level completed, we make it back to the final fight with Victor and take out his first form in 1 shot, and the same again with his nemesis form. We skip the ending cutscenes and now our final 2 trophies for completing the game on Insanity and at least Classic difficulty, and then boom, the Platinum Trophy is finally ours. In summary, we could have earned the Platinum in fewer playthroughs had we decided to attempt Insanity difficulty with only the Requiem, but this probably would have ended up taking just as long as doing the additional playthrough as well as the Insanity playthrough with the unlimited ammo RPG. In terms of the Platinum difficulty, Requiem is one of the easier Resident Evil games to Platinum, and part of this is down to there being no trophies tied to additional game modes like Mercenaries in RE4 and Village, or the second Survivor mode from RE2 Remake. If you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the video. On this channel I'll mainly be focusing on earning Platinums on new games. During the months where we don't have many new releases, I'll be going back to older games and earning the Platinums on those. I have a series lined up for the Dark Souls trilogy where I'll be attempting to Platinum each of those games within a certain amount of time, and the next new game I'll be going for the Platinum on will be Saros at the end of April, followed by 007 First Light in May. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.